Okay, welcome back guys to the Sunday market breakdown, where we will be breaking down the last week's top 3 market that we traded and this week's top 3 markets which we will be probably trading. And around the 15-minute time frame is when I'll show you the craziest stuff which is happening there. And yeah, if you're new here, my name is Tadiwa and I am I'll say a beginner trader here in Zimbabwe, right? And yeah, without further ado, let's jump straight into the video, right? So the first market which we are analyzing has to be let's see, this one is silver. Okay, has to be silver. Like, this is the pair which I'm actually still skeptical about, but as for last week, were the only pair which we took a bit of trades on was the Nasdaq, right? I mean, okay, let me turn on what they call trade history. Okay, trade history is on. All right, so now here is how last week, I mean. Okay, let me drop down to the 4-hour time frame. We can do our top down analysis. Okay, good. So we do see that overall on the 4-hour we are pretty much bearish. We do see some bearish momentum, and yeah, since we do see some bearish momentum, it means like we are naturally looking for sells, right? So we mark out our swing highs, swing ranges, or swing lows. Like, we got that area, right? We do have that area as one of the support / resistance zones which this pair has made. However, I don't like marking my zones like this, so I'd just do this for the sake of this video, right? So we've got that as the supply / demand zone, because if you clearly see, like, price literally did a good old break and retest so that it can continue to the downside, right? However, that's not too much to be too scared of, right? However, so let's drop to the lower time frame so that we can see, like, if we can see any possible, or rather any potential entries for this particular market this week, right? Okay, so let's drop down to the, let's say, 1 hour. All right, good. So we've dropped down to the 1 hour, and we clearly see that the price action around this area is super clean. I mean, we literally see that price sweeps liquidity and breaks below, as retesting. Probably this coming week is going to drop all the way to that area. And yeah, if price did actually manages to drop all the way there, it's a deal. It's a solid, even for me. I mean, it's going to be a banger week. Like, that's one thing which I have convinced myself, like, it's literally going to be a banger week, right? So if price has liquidity swept there, it might also want to liquidity sweep that area again. But according to market structure, rather the technicals alone, they are simply saying that they are saying that we are bearish, right? So this was a clean old break and retest, so we'll be looking for sales on the Nasdaq. However, you do see that I actually managed to take some sales at this point. We did manage to take some sales from this point to that point. I mean, it's literally crazy, because literally my take profit was set to that area, and before I even knew it, my take profit was hit. Excuse me, but my take profit was hit for this trade. However, we just have to, like, keep our heads down and keep doing what needs to be done. I mean, if you keep showing up, you will catch these setups. If you look at this move the way it is, you probably not know that I made $10,000 on this one. Obviously, on a competition account, I'm not yet there, guys. Like, I'm not yet there where I want to be, but I can safely say that I'm not where I used to be. So, competition account, We didn't manage to be on the first place though, but it's for the love of the game. Like you see, you I don't know how to explain this. Anyways, without further ado, let's get back to the video. So I was saying we are looking for sales on the Nasdaq. So right. So when we're selling, let's drop to the lower time frame, let's say maybe the 15-minute. This is my favorite time frame, like my favorite time frame of all. Like literally is my favorite time frame. You can see that like from this area, price is trying to perform some form of market structure shift. Look at this. Once price reached that area, started doing some things in a consolidating way, and like I don't know how to explain this, but you do see the market structure around that area. It clearly says that like, my guy, we want to go above, but we can't. I mean, we can't go above. You see, so that's the thing. So about this week, we are pretty much going to be very bearish, targeting which lows. I'm targeting those lows down here, these areas. We are going to be targeting those lows, right? These lows. So yeah, we will see, however, how the market will behave, because from this point, when price manages to break that point, yeah, it's going to be a smooth sail going to the downside for this particular trade. So yeah, this is going to be one of those masterpieces where the trade just plays out extremely perfect, like to the. Alright, so what were we saying? We were at the point where I was explaining to you guys like how I'm expecting to get some sales on the Nasdaq this coming week, and yeah, all those type of things. And yeah, think that's what we were at. And yeah, everything right now pretty much seems smooth sail. If price manages to break below this low, if price breaks below that low, we're pretty much going even further down, right? So yeah, as for the Nasdaq, that's what we, yeah, I think that's all on the Nasdaq. Then comes gold. Damn it, this is one currency pair, my guy, which is full of up and downs. So yeah, let's start off at the 4-hour time frame. We do see that we're very much bearish. However, there's a very big however right here. On gold, we have a very big however, because look at, if you notice, if you know that, like, if more, let me put it this way, rather, if you know what reversal patterns look like, you would probably think, or rather you would probably know that gold is showing something is showing something about resuming the uptrend. Is showing something about resuming that uptrend, you see. So we will only be able to look for buys when certain things happen. So let me break it down, right? So let's assume that, all right, let me mark out the lows first so that we can, like, we know what we're dealing with. We got that is a, like, that is what do you call this? It's a 1 2 3 4. It's a, what I would call a quadra-bottom, if there's something like that, if there's something like that exists. I mean, yeah, like, that's what's there. We do see a lot of touches on that zone. It means it's a very strong area, and there's a lot of liquidity. It is resting below that low, right? Now we see, like, as much as there is a lot of liquidity resting above there, now I think, like, literally, I think gold has put in the laws. Like I don't see it coming back to this zone. I mean, if it does, well, it would have done it, but there's the probability of that continuing to be the same is quite like, is very low. You see, you will never be sure in the in the markets. So okay, we've marked out that low, we've marked out the highest point, and now it's time to scale down to the 1 hour. Good. And now at the 1 hour, look at this. Look at this. This is a lovely price action which is happening right here. How do I know? Well, you do see that that area of we do see that we got that area of supply. I mean that area of demand. All right. Excuse me for the noise. Like it's part of the. Anyways, that's part of the demand zone. That's a demand zone. When price literally just comes and taps our demand zone, I'm expecting one of the most iconic buying volume to come into this market. I mean, like literally, like, man, I don't know how I can explain this, but when price reaches this demand zone, I'm expecting to see a similar reaction to that one, because I primarily trade the supply and demand. So this literally works 98% of the time. So yeah, if price taps this zone, we are going bullish. However, price might not literally just do that, because we do see that it has already swept this low. Might not be necessary for price to literally drop all the way to this zone. However, if that happens, it simply is strengthening the overall idea of us buying everything to the all-time highs, like to the highs, right? You see, oh my god, these people are making it half noise. But anyway, my gosh. Oh my god. Okay, anyways, never mind. And yeah, that's actually what it is, because we have that. And if price manages to do that, we do see ourselves buying gold for the coming week, right? And if we are to drop to the 15-minute time frame, my favorite time frame of all time, we do see that we see some form of market structure shift which is happening around this area. Look at this. Like, I think this is a head and shoulders if you ask me, but you will never be sure. You can't assume a head and shoulders until it's fully formed. I mean, that's what I do, at least. So we do see that there was a liquidity sweep and price coming back to the top. If price breaks above that area and retests it, pretty much we're good. We're literally going. However, this one which is not filled, which is down here, might be a magnet which will pull price to the downside in the near future. But it's not guaranteed that will happen. However, it might happen. Just be prepared for it to happen. And the other pair that we traded this week was GBP JPY, right? It was GBP JPY. Wait, what just happened? What just happened? Wait, oops. Okay, so the other pair which we did trade this week was GJ. This one is my, I would say it's my utmost favorite, because if we are to drop to the 4-hour time frame, we will see that price was very much consolidating until the Bank of Japan did its things and dropped price all the way down there. Like, literally, it doesn't make sense, because like price was at this point when I last analyzed, right? And the Bank of Japan did wonders, my guy. Like, literally, it pushed the price all the way down there with those were like two candles, two 1 hour candles. And my guy, that was like the greatest thing which I've ever seen in the markets. Like, bro, I am actually curious. Like, what was the best thing which you have never, like, which you have seen in the markets, and which you did not think was possible. Because when I was researching about GBP right, like literally part of my research told me that when the GBP JPY trades at levels which are unfavorable for the yen, the Bank of Japan themselves will intervene, my guy. Will intervene. They'll push the price down to a level where they think the Japanese yen is safe. I mean, I literally thought that like, there was no way they could do that. But oh my god, when I saw this move happening on the 4 hourly candle, oh, I'm telling you, man, it was literally like one of the first iconic things which I've ever seen in the markets. But we keep learning, keep discovering new things, and yeah. So as of now, this is primarily not loaded because I'm doing this video fully offline. So yeah, we'll see that this one is I think I'll do this breakdown when I'm on the internet, then I'll edit it, then I'll probably post it as a separate video. However, yeah, I think that's it for the markets and for the special thing which I told you that we were going to be doing. I want to add this pair to my watch list. I mean, I want to add that pair. It's interesting. I want to add the yen. It moves similar to gold, but it gives something interesting than gold, more interesting than gold, right? But I am very much interested in seeing, rather in trading this currency. Like I'll literally add it, back test it, then show you guys the progress which I would have made on this pair, because in this community I don't win alone, because there's you guys, right? We should win as a family, as a community. And if you want to be part of this exclusive family, be sure to watch the next video, probably that one which will pop up on the screen somewhere, right? And smash the like button and smash the subscribe button. Be sure to turn on post notifications to be notified when I post a new video, and share this with someone who would want Sunday breakdowns and who would also want to see a beginner trader make it to the top. Like, yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.